Springsteen, and I am an attorney. I'm also a city councilwoman in Lakewood. I'm here in my personal capacity, not representing the city specifically.
So just go ahead and tell us a little bit about what kind of work you've been doing as you visit the business and talk to the owners and get to know a little bit about who they are and what they bring to the city.
Sure. So during my time on council, which has been nearly 4 years, I've seen time after time where people of color in the city of Lakewood are not treated equally, are not equally protected, are driven out of business or driven out of their homes or prosecuted when they shouldn't be. We have a district attorney in Jefferson County, Alexis King, who ran on a progressive platform, but she is not protecting people like this, and in fact is doing the opposite in many situations. And so I have example after example of situations where people of color are treated badly in this city and this county. And I can give you a few of those today if you want to hear them. But that's what caused me to come down here and talk to these people, which I wish other people in the city would have done before taking away their liquor license. And what I found out is, for instance, there was a drive-by shooting outside this establishment. There are bullets in the wall. And instead of investigating and giving this business the kind of protection that, say, Club Q had in Colorado Springs, these owners were blamed for that violence. They need to be protected. They don't need to be blamed. And so the other thing I found out is that the city has been very one-sided in how they have approached taking away the liquor license. And so many of the stories about them serving after hours or serving to minors have been unfounded by the state, and yet these allegations go on. And one of my questions and one of the problems I keep having with the city is I would like to see the body cam footage that shows that they were serving after hours. That should tell us what actually happened. But every time I request information like that from the city, a brick wall goes in front of me. And so I am really glad to have backing of a national organization like the NAACP, because maybe finally the city and the county will do the right thing by people of color. This has to stop. It's out of control.
Can I just read a little bit about the city's response to me when we asked them about closing down this establishment, and have you respond to that? So they said, quote, "Clearly this establishment is a magnet for gun violence, and those living nearby are likely to be victimized because the violence happens in the open air, right outside the doors and windows of their homes."
So I've read through the allegations from the city, and I did not see specific circumstances where people from this establishment were causing gun violence that you don't see anywhere else on West Colfax. The 40 West Art District is going just up Colfax from here. I went to First Friday there. There are people drinking, there is loud music outside, there is crime and violence and drugs and homeless people. These people came to this establishment and cleaned it up. They feed the homeless who live in the area. They had the homeless help them to fix it up. They got rid of the drug dealers in the area. I think that the people in this neighborhood should be thankful to them for cleaning up this area in a way that a lot of people wouldn't do, wouldn't have the kindness, wouldn't have the energy, wouldn't invest so much of themselves into this business. And I would mention that this is the third business that this business owner, Tanisha, has been driven out of in the city of Lakewood. And she has said, I have to make my stand now. And so I know firsthand how the city twists things and, blames the victims in many, many circumstances. And that is what's occurring here, in my opinion. And finally, we have a situation. I have been dealing with, for instance, this is the second time that something has gone viral on the internet about racism in the city of Lakewood this summer. There was a Mexican-American family who had a 13-year-old girl who was assaulted by the Karen at the pool that they put in the TikTok that went viral. And the police did not arrest this woman for a hate crime, for child abuse. The district attorney did not prosecute it either. We're talking about people who are rendering violence on people of color in this city, in this county, and those people can't get any help. And I just want to be a voice for those people because they have no voice.
Ms. Councilwoman, you mentioned a brick wall when you try to get the body cam footage. That's a broad term. Viewers might want to know, what do you mean by the brick wall? What is the brick wall?
So specifically, when I asked for instance, recently I asked for body cam footage because a Latina teenager got gunned down and killed by the Lakewood police in March. I would like to see the body cam footage and verify what actually happened. And I had a whole list of items like that I wanted information about. The response from the city attorney was that I am like any other citizen. I have no right to any information that any other citizen can't get. I have to do core requests and CCJRA requests like any other citizen. And they told me to stay in my lane, stay in my place, that
do you have evidence to that?
I have an email showing exactly what they told me. And essentially, they're saying that that I can't have the information that I need to do my job and to protect my constituents. And they are saying that that my job is just to vote on council with the information that they feel that is important to give me. And that is always incomplete.
You kind of jump to another incident. Do you have any kind of correspondence specifically related to incidents here and your request for body cam footage from that?
I have not been able to request the body cam footage yet because I just met this couple last week.
So the brick wall, so to say, is just the broad issue of you getting body cam footage in any general incident involving Lakewood police. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when a teenage girl gets gunned down, we had a teenage boy gunned down by police in Aurora. The body cam footage went out within a week. It's been months. I can't get it. Other people on council are able to get information like that, but because I'm the troublemaker who is helping people of color in the city of Lakewood, there's a lot of barriers put in place all the time.
Council, anything else you want to add on the subject?
I would just like to say that, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have less than 2% of our population in the city of Lakewood who is African American. many arrests are made against African Americans, against Latinos and Hispanics in the city of Lakewood. Do you know what they do? They combine the numbers on Hispanics and whites. And so we can't even see how many Hispanics are actually arrested as opposed to whites. These are the little tricks that they play in the city of Lakewood to make sure that this stays under the radar. And I am hopeful. I'm the one who's going to open the chapter of NAACP in the city of Lakewood. And I am hopeful by doing that we can start uncovering what these little tricks are, and that we can uncover, how all of these stories get twisted against people of color to where they become the victims, they get prosecuted, they are the ones who are marginalized even more. And so if you have only 2% African American population in this city, that means there are even fewer businesses that are Black owned. So we're gonna take, what is really a gem, and we're gonna push it out because we don't like the color of people's skin. I also wanted to mention that these people are salt of the earth. Tanisha's husband is going through stage 4 cancer, which came out in the TikTok. And so they are battling personal health issues as well. And this is not fair to them for people to come down on them this way without even having a conversation with them, without even giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I would love to give you my list at some point of all the incredibly racist, discriminatory things that I have seen during my time on council. A lot of them directed at me because I am one of the only minorities in leadership in this city, and that is why they have tried to marginalize me and discredit me. And that has to stop right now. And this treatment of people like this has to stop right now.